downtown Jacksonville. Today, after a topsy-turvy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here. As it'll be the Cincinnati Bengals taking on the Jacksonville Jaguars. On the visitor sideline, there's Bengals head coach Zach Taylor. These guys got the season started on a high note with a home victory in the opener. Then on the other side, you've got Jaguars head coach Liam Cohen. These guys also winners in week 1, so a couple of 1-0 teams ready to get after it here. Two teams here, each off to 1-0 starts as this one is underway on EA Sports. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. So here's the first drive now for the Jags. They're led by the number 1 overall pick in the 2021 draft, Trevor Lawrence. They're running. This is Rachel Tootin. He stopped immediately there. They'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play at second down. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 13 carries, 126 yards.
Sometimes like the opener where they established the run and established it well. Their goal is to make sure that the trend continues and to serve notice to the rest of the league that they might be a run-first team.
Well, hang on here a second. Looks like a Jaguar in some obvious discomfort from that last play. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. He's got his target. That's complete. And he will have the Jaguars first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
First and 10 at the 36-yard line.
So from the 36 now, first and 10. They'll run here with a rookie. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 12 more yards there and another first down.
First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
They run the option left from Lawrence. And holding it may be the wrong decision as he's stopped in the backfield. 2 yards the loss, second and 12.
Brings up second and 12 at the 46-yard line.
Here's Lawrence. And they set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. 7th play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6.
Brings up 3rd and 6.
Now Lawrence. Now he'll take this and run. They'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets them a first down.
Jaguars first and 10 at the 19-yard line.
He's a talented runner, and that means he's always looking for bigger and bigger gains when he takes off. Certainly found some bonus yards there beyond the first down marker, and this early drive will continue with an extra jump from his legs.
Secondary, they come up to stop that touch pass before it can even get back to the line. The Jaguars are 1-0 on the year following the win in week 1, and they were able to get that road victory in the opener. Now they look to get to 2-0 in front of the home crowd.
And look, any road win in the NFL, that's huge. But when you do it week 1, that gets you pointed in the right direction and sends notice to the rest of the league that you mean business.
Well, this defense for the Bengals, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
And they needed to be because the game was a game we don't see very often anymore. Low scoring, slugging it out in the trenches. One play can make the difference. Touchdown, Jaguars! third-quarter touchdown here. And while there's no guarantee that all the points they scored in opening weekend are going to hold up and be the average all year long, they're certainly starting to set that type of a pace. And what you do with that is you put in the heads of all of your opponents, we've got to really be ready on defense because these guys know how to put the ball in the end zone.
You think they can keep piling on points like this?
I think they can if they're prepared to adjust and adapt because they won't see the same defenses week in and week out.
Inside the 30 to 27. The Bengals offense here ready to rock and roll. Joe Burrow is the main quarterback.
And we all love a good story, but we like even more guys who can fight through adversity. Joe Burrow coming out of high school, goes to Ohio State, doesn't get a chance to start, transfers to LSU, not thought to be a top prospect, ends up the #1 pick in the draft, and justifies it. Tremendous play, excellent mobility, and leadership off the charts.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. They're passing here. Joe Burrow. This pass complete to Higgins. Oh, he's up in it after a gain of 2 out to the 27. Right where this set him down started. They need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. Now it's Burrow. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. They'll get him down at the 34, and he's going to be short the first by a few yards. Here's Daniel Wheelan on now to punt. Back deep, the former All-Pro Tyler Lockett. And a fair catch called for and made just outside the 15-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Jaguars go on offense, first down and 10. Second and 7 from the 20.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
Lawrence will throw. He finds his man complete. As we hit the midway point of this first quarter.
First and 10 at the 27-yard line.
On play action, Lawrence. He finds his man complete. It's Richards. 14-yard first down pickup for the Jaguars. They go play action with Lawrence. That is caught by Dalvin Thomas. So they come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
They'll run on the inside handoff. And that play goes absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. So a 5-yard run the other way in the wrong direction, and that leads us to 2nd and 15. They just do get the play off as he looked to throw. Thomas has got it complete. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 38-yard line. Now, hang on here a second. Looks like a Jaguar in some obvious discomfort from that last play. The medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. Looking to throw, Lawrence. He finds his man complete. That's great. We're 2nd and 7. Now Lawrence to throw. This ball caught by Strange. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it over the line. Dropped at the run. It's a gain of 34. Johnson. So another touchdown for him on the year now, Charles. He had 2 in the opener last week, and it's paid in for a 3rd time here.
And with good health, he's got a really good chance to be up there among the leaders in touchdowns scored when this season comes to an end. What was your partner? Is it bad luck to toast him with a sports drink?
Not at all, partner. I think that's a fantastic idea. Cheers. Extra point splits the offense. That'll make the score 14-0. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. Well, a very good starting field position as he's up just shy of the 40. Cincinnati coming back onto the field here for their 2nd drive. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on 1st down. He is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. In motion, the tight end. Oh, and they sent the man in motion too late. This is going to be a delay. Well, everybody was up there ready at the line of scrimmage, CD, but no snap, and the
coach is asking the exact same thing. What's going on out there? Almost like they thought they had more time than actually was on the clock.
The check down, he finds Camaro. Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the 1st. Here's Burrow. Man open, that's Jamar Chase complete. Well, hang on here a second. Looks like a Jaguar in some obvious discomfort from that last play. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. Here's Daniel Whelan now. Fair catch called for right around the 11-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And it'll be Jaguar football as they take over deep in their own territory. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, with the play calling, they're locked in really well.
It leads to 2nd and 10.
Lawrence. That's a screen pass. That's complete. And just not a ton of room to work with. They'll get it to the 15 for a gain of 2. Well, hang on here a second. Looks like a Jaguar in some obvious discomfort from that last play. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. From the gun on 3rd down, Lawrence. Working the middle of the field, he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a chance 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Play fake. Here's Lawrence. Got his man. It's the tight end Strange with it. One of the 1st downs on the drive already. As they'll go from the 47 now on 1st down.
Jaguars, 1st down.
They go play action now. Lawrence. And that is incomplete. Coverage a little too good there. And it's 2nd down.
Incomplete. Brings up 2nd and 10.
Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. And that was a heck of a play there on the outside.
Partner, sometimes I think on a play like this as a corner, you've got to think to yourself, all I've got to do is slow him down so others can come over and support. But in this case, he said, forget that. I got this. Sorry you had to make the run for nothing, fellas.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Jacksonville, and it's the Jags with the football as they've got it with a third down coming up. Now Lawrence. Going for the deep ball. And he backs it away, and it falls down incomplete. On fourth down, on is Logan Cook to punt. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. And now here come the Bengals. Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ball game as they come up 1st and 10. Burrow looking to pass. He connects quickly to Jamar Chase. They'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. So they jumped on the left side of that line.
And you know when you're at the end spot, you are like in the starting blocks, waiting for the pistol to fire and go, and he jumped a little bit too early.
Another one into the hands of Jamar Chase. Second down and 8. And they go play action now. Burrow. Big strides, look at him go. And all the way down to the 5. A big play there for Cincinnati. 62 yards.
First and goal, Cincinnati.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. And Burrow going to throw again. And they'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal team lead. Alvin Kamara from 4 yards out. And the Bengals are back within a score. The touchdown all set up by the big play one snap before, but they finish it off here with a shorter completion, this time for the score.
I like how they stuck with what got them there, right? The big pass play, got the momentum going, right? That's you create it with a play like that, and you come right back with another pass play to finalize things off.
The extra point up and good by Auburn. And that'll make our score 15-7. So after the touchdown, Auburn now to kick this one away. And he'll take it out past the 25 to the 26-yard line. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. No points last time out. They were forced to punt, if you remember, but no time to dwell on that. They've still got the lead here and a chance to add to that here. 1st and 10 as this new drive starts. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And it's going to get about 7 yards on that one to around the 33. Here's a 2nd and 3 now from the 33.
At the 33-yard line.
Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And good running there as he'll take this all the way up to midfield. Jacksonville first down on a pickup of 17.
No additives, right? Nothing crazy. Just find a way to pick up the first down. A nice run right there.
First down, they'll go to the ground attack. That's a solid footwork there as he'll take this down to about the 38.
Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays. Running game working on Strickland on first down. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss.
Here's Lawrence.
And he is going to lose yardage here. So they'll wind up losing 5 yards on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
We'll see where they go for this play call. Obviously tough in this spot, backed up.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe.
So a man shaken up on the play, and this is certainly noteworthy. It's Trevor Lawrence, the quarterback. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment.
Here's Logan Cook now to punt this one away. And that kick will go out of bounds right at the 20-yard line. Cincinnati set to take over once again. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this day. Short completion, just 4 yards. And it's 2nd down. Jet sweep. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
They're in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
Now Burrow.
Quick slant cut by Chase. And he's going to have the Bengals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Line of scrimmage with 31 down on 1st and 10.
From the shotgun, it's Burrow. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. Here's a 2nd and 8. Burrow gets this one quickly out the line.
That'll give him 8 that time. And they'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. Oh, and the hard count might have got him. This might be a first down. Defense.
A bit of a jump there, CD. He breaks the line, and that'll be 5 yards.
And you've got to stay more disciplined than that, Brandon. That's just a free gift to the offense.
They'll get this out to Kamara.
So the completion gets him just a yard. It'll be 2nd down.
I know it was a game, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of the play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling held it to an okay game.
The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3.
Throwing again, it's Burrow.
And an incompletion there, so that breaks a string of 5 straight hookups. It also leads to a 4th down.
And based on my math, they've only converted 1 time thus far in this game, so you can see the frustration starting to come out a little bit. 3rd downs, they've been a problem for them all game. They've got to start becoming solutions.
They'll try and throw for it with Burrow. And they'll find the open man. That's complete.
They'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20.
So after the big play on 4th, here's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, it's Burrow. Drops this up to Kamara in the backfield. 2nd and 7.
They're passing here, Joe Burrow. quick throw here. That's complete. This offense so far on third down, they've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 6. Again, it's Burrow. Guys moving complete over the middle. It's Burrow. And he'll take it all in for a Bengals touchdown. A great effort there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Bengals are within an extra point of tying up this ball game.
I feel like I'm back in school. What was that book, you know? It was the best of times, it was the worst of times. This has been a tale of 2 quarters so far. They trailed 14-0 after 1. How about the rally we've been watching?
A couple of touchdowns, PAT here to tie it up. This is a good ball game all of a sudden. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. This across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. Here comes the Jaguars offense as they get set to go again. And that 14-0 lead to begin the ball game, well, that's gone now. Time to regroup.
I think even up 2 touchdowns, they knew this wasn't going to be a walk in the park, and I think that's why we would see the head coach going up and down the sidelines telling his team, let's stay with it, let's keep going. It's almost like he knew they were going to make the run at him, and they have. As you said, let's see if they can regroup and get going again. Good, strong, explosive run that started inside, which means you've got to control those defensive linemen, the defensive tackles, the nose guards. Those guys have to be controlled. How about the offensive line, the job they just did?
Yeah, key that A-gap usually on those runs, right?
That's where it all starts because everyone wants to kind of control that area. It disrupts things from the defensive side and the offensive side. As we just saw, it opens up possibilities.
And where the outline's just shy of the 40. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Going back in the backfield, he'll get the kill. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down.
It's a loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11.
And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. Over the middle, complete. It's Graves. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And 3rd and 8 now.
It's a gain of 3.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. Back to throw, Willis. Here's God's target. That's complete. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 29-yard line. A strong pickup of 11 keeps their drive alive. So he turned to a trusted, familiar face in that 3rd down situation. It paid off.
Yeah, give you better receiver notes. So you can't underestimate him when he's out in the field defensively. Make sure you know where he is because he understands how to get open in key situations. Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
To throw, here's Willis. The RPO will keep it himself. Now the Jags will use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. Willis out of the gun. A short throw there is Strange. And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short. The field goal unit's going to stay put on the sideline. They're going to go on 4th down here. They'll try and run for it. They only needed a few inches, and they didn't get much more than that. But by about the width of a shoelace, they convert on 4th down. From the gun, here's Willis. Now he's going to step up and run. Willis hits the turf, sliding down and picking up the first. The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside. Touchdown, Jaguars. Britton Strange as the first half is winding down. And the Jaguars have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half.
And that touchdown gives them a touchdown lead before they attempt the extra point. What a great way to end the half.
Yeah, great job to put themselves in front, and now see on the sideline, special teams defense screaming, so they preserve this for the final minutes of the second quarter. So that one a long 11-play drive, and it results in a touchdown for Jacksonville.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, we'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25.
The Bengals offense and Joe Burrow getting set for this next drive. And he's had things all his way in this first half. The numbers sensational as they'll look to add to him with another drive here. Now it's Burrow. They'll set up the screen now to Camaro. And they'll bring it up here right at the 40-yard line. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number one. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Remaining here in the first half.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
And off the crossbar, no good. A sensational effort from that distance, but rejected by the bar. Well, he had that one on target. That's half the battle. The other half of the battle, however, is distance.
And he nearly had that too, but it was the crossbar that said otherwise, and that'll deny him a shot at 3.
And his kick is good. And that will do it for this first half.
Halftime coming up. Let's get you downstate an hour or two to Scott Hansen with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Welcome in, everyone, to the Orlando studios. Scott Hansen with you for a quick halftime report. We'll let both sides catch their breath and get their orange wedges as we're going to get ready for the third quarter action. So let's go back out to the stadium as we rejoin our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Scott, thanks very much. And we welcome all of you back here on EA Sports for quarter number 3. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The Bengal offense ready to go to begin this third quarter. Charles, some things to like about that first half, ultimately trailing here, but certainly this deficit is manageable. So curious to see what adjustments they may have made at intermission.
As am I, because I think things bode well for a possible comeback, because I thought a lot of their best reps in the first half came through the passing game. They were hitting the open receivers, taking whatever the coverage gave them and making it work well for themselves. Now, they just want to pick up the pace of scoring a little bit. So I expect them to come back, continue to throw the ball effectively. But these guys got to chop into that deficit. They got to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's second and 12. Burrow on play action. And he's going to hit that with his big tight end complete. 18 yards on that one, and the Bengals are moving. First down.
First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Burrow will throw. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45.
First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. 2 yards the loss, second and 12.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
He will find his man chase complete.
And they do finally get him, but he makes Gets it all the way to the 6. A big play there for Cincinnati. And even 40 yards.
At the 6-yard line.
A very nice job right there, working the middle of the field, able to create some separation, and then utilize it to not just make the catch, but to run field once he got the ball in his hands.
He's going to press this one forward as they stop it right around the wall.
Brings up 2nd and goal.
Pierce. Oh, he's going absolutely nowhere as he is hit behind the line.
That 2nd down play nets a -4.
And now 3rd and goal coming up, the loss on 2nd down. That just means this crowd's going to get even louder, and they'll get a little bit of extra help from the defenders as they exhort them to join them in the effort.
Now they send a man in motion right.
3rd and goal. Burrow.
And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. It'll be a loss of 6 yards on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down.
They'll turn things over to Brandon Aubrey now for the field goal.
From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. And his kick here is good. And this is back down to a 7-point game.
So they were facing the deficit coming out of the locker room at intermission, and at least they're able to get the field goal to cut into that deficit.
Yeah, now your offense feels pretty good about itself, right? A little bit more up to speed coming out of the break. You turn to your defense now and say, hey, we got 3 there. We're chipping into the lead. Can you help us out? Hold them. Let's get the ball back for us.
So here are the Jaguars to take over on offense. They were able to defeat Houston last week. They lead things here as well as they try to make it 2 victories in a row. They start on the ground here. First down. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 24-yard line.
Now Willis to throw.
And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down.
Shotgun snap to Willis. Work in the middle of the field. He's got a man complete.
And he will have the Jaguars first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
First and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Working with a lead, trying to get to 2-0. Here's 1st and 10. Willis. The throw right side here going to be incomplete.
Incomplete.
Here's 2nd and 10.
It's now 2nd and 10.
Here's Willis.
And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Brings up a 3rd down and 10 yards to go.
To throw, here's Willis.
Here's Clark. And they'll get this right past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. They'll manage to pick up about 4, 2nd down.
Well, that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning it in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lead to hit.
Trying to incomplete. It's Harper. Here comes play number 9 now as they come up on a 3rd and 3.
Brings up 3rd and
Willis looks to pass it here.
Well, they would have got the conversion if he could hold on. Instead, the drop means he'll be 4th down.
They converted twice on 3rd down that drive already, but couldn't make it a 3rd. We always talk about in-game adjustments. How about what the defense did there, able to shut them down on that attempt?
It's a 47-yard field goal try from here, but instead they're going to opt to go for it on 4th down.
The shotgun snap to Willis.
He He's going to hurt his running back. It's complete. He will have a first down about the 21-yard line. Give them credit. They knew what they wanted to dial up on fourth. They executed it for 9 yards, and the offense stays out there.
Willis now off of play action.
He's sacked back around the 28. Demetrius Knight, the outside linebacker, dropping him for a loss of 6.
They tried to go with a little play action there, but nobody on the defensive side bit.
Yeah, they adjusted in time and in a big way and ultimately got the sack. On offense, sometimes you're running play action just to set up a certain blocking technique. In this case, not a approach.
He'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
Brings up 3rd and 12.
Willis out of the gun.
He's sacked back around the 28. There for the sack, B.J. Hill. 3rd and long, you knew that he was going to throw it. He just couldn't find anybody to throw it to.
Yeah, and it shouldn't have been a surprise, but that was perfect execution of their nickel defense. That fifth defensive back, the extra defender, he really tightened up things downfield in coverage, and they were able to get to him in the pocket.
And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And that will extend their lead even further. So as it turns out, that sack doesn't wind up costing them, Charles. They at least get points, get 3 of them.
Yeah, that's when your kicker can really come to your rescue because you know after the sack there was a little consternation there. Are we out of field goal range? Are we going to be able to get through it? In this case, he stepped right up and gave them exactly what they needed.
And they'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. Ready to go on offense. Out come the Bengals.
And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. You also have to remember they did get points on the board. And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
2nd down and 6 now from the 26.
Again, it's Kamara. Only a couple there as he'll be brought down at the 28.
Well, it's not time to get them established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
Here's Burrow, setting up to throw it. Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And he gets all the way down to the 30-yard line. A big play there for Cincinnati. 42 yards.
Work to do here to avoid falling to 1-1, but this is 1st and 10 right now. Going quickly there, but it's incomplete.
To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the 2nd half. That's just his 2nd incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit. A lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. Well, we're going to keep it on the sneak. And he's going to have the Bengals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back now in Jacksonville. It's the Bengals. They've got the football, but they trail here as we get rolling in quarter number 4. Here's Burrow. The counter here, it's complete. That will go as a pickup of 7 on the 7th play of the drive.
take this and run.
And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line.
Burrow on his toes that time as they get the first down.
Chase, his second touchdown on the season.
And the Bengals have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth.
There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Aubrey good with a PAT.
And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter.
So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. That last touchdown has made this really tight. They're clinging now to this slim lead. Second half, they only have a field goal. This offense needs to kick it in the gear.
And right now, I'm looking directly at the field general, at the quarterback. Because to me, he's got to take over right now. By word, pumping his team up, and then, of course, by deed with his play. My school coach used to say that all the time. Laddie, take over by word and deed.
And deed means action.
Exactly.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away, and now it's third. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Here's Lawrence. Right to the right sideline. And it falls incomplete.
Critical play in this football game because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
It's a 47-yard punt, return of 6. And the Bengals will take over here first and 10.
The Bengals offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And he has been masterful so far in leading this offense. He's kept the mistakes to a minimum. He's been on point with his passes, and he's generally been one step ahead of this defense all game long.
Great move, but he'll still be stopped short of midfield.
Now second and 3.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up second and
Play action. It's Burrow.
And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on third down.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
Burrow looking to pass.
And it'll find the open man. That's complete. And he's going to have the Bengals first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And the Bengals first down. A gain of 13 yards.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed, too.
And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage.
Here now second and 9 from the 39-yard line. They'll fake the jet sweep and go play action with Burrow.
Open receiver complete. Now they face a second and long following the holding penalty. Now it's Burrow.
This one complete to Yoshibas. We got a pause following the play because it appears a member of the Bengals in some discomfort. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside.
A field goal from this spot likely out of the question. They've got to get closer here on third down. He's going to let this go. Back to the end zone. And that'll be incomplete. The flag was down, so they took a shot. Thinking it's on the defense. Let's see. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
He'll try to do this himself. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. I guess no need to force it when you can do that instead. First down, 18-yard gain.
First and 10 at the 22-yard line.
They're passing here. Joe Burrow to the sideline and incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
Out of the gun, it's Burrow. Throwing outside, complete to Chase.
So they need 6 yards here on third down. They're 2 for 2 on third down tries so far on this drive. Oh, no, he lost the football.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
So here we go. Maybe the biggest. From the left hash, it's an even 50-yard attempt. And this one is right down the middle. And in the fourth quarter, this game is tied. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Isn't it funny when we prepare for a game and you look at the backgrounds of these kickers? It's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
Lawrence bringing the Jaguars up first and 10.
Just shy of the 30. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he is going to lose yardage here. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there.
The pressure gets to Lawrence, and he'll go down.
They bring a man off the corner that time, and he gets home for a loss of 6.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback, third and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you're doing a big run, but also you have to look out for more pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
3 tight ends in the ball game here on first and 10.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
From the gun, they'll try to run it.
And again behind the line, so that short gain on first down quickly negated. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss, and now it's third down.
Looking to throw, Lawrence. A throw left sideline falls incomplete.
And I think he was a little surprised to see the ball sitting out there like that. That's a ball he had a chance to come away with, but it winds up an incomplete pass.
Here's Logan Cook now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And he couldn't get it to check out. That kicks all the way to the end zone for a touchback.
The visitors' offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been that successful. He just processes things so quickly and makes the right read seemingly every time.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. There's that man again. It's complete. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me. I'm going to keep firing.
They're unable to connect, but a late flag comes in. And the contact may have come too early. Well, the crowd doesn't like that. Was going to bring up fourth. Now it's first.
And they don't like it at all, do they? It brings them back into it, but really not in a positive way. Now they're angry. That can jangle a team a little bit as well. That's interference. Really nice series of downs for them.
They'll come up 2nd and 7. Burrow will throw. A short throw there, pulled in by Law. Well, this feels like a late season game, even though it's just week 2. Here's a big 3rd down. Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. Now it's Burrow. It's complete to Noah. And he's going to have a Bengals first down as this defense unable to hold. It's a 7-yard gain there on 3rd and 2. Throwing, Burrow. Over to Miller, that's caught by Chase.
They try something for crazy, see those short throws underneath. They've got to find a way to gash the defense downfield.
Here's Burrow. Able to find Higgins. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. They're making steady progress, but I see your face. You're worried about that clock.
I'm worried about the clock, and at some point, you have to have a splash play in there as well.
Oh, and the hard count might have got him. This might be a first down.
Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now. To throw, Burrow. He's going to have the hook up here to Chase. They'll come up now. 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Now Burrow. This one caught downfield by Higgins.
It's a touchdown as they've broken our tie here in the final minute of 4th.
Did you see them hold up 4 fingers to the start of the 4th quarter?
They were ready.
They were definitely ready. They may or may not have done that, but they certainly have played that has belonged to them, and now the lead belongs to them as well.
Auburn now for the point after.
And they will take a 7-point lead now. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all.
And it was T. Higgins who capped the drive with the touchdown reception. So after the touchdown, Auburn now to kick this one away. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. So here now, Lawrence and the Jaguars down by 7, 27 seconds to go. They've surrendered a double-digit lead, but can rescue themselves late as they come up on first down. He finds his man, complete. It's Graves. The Jaguars going to go in and use their first timeout as the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game. A short throw there to Strange. And the Jags will use the second of their timeouts. Now leaving with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Back to throw, Lawrence. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Richards.
The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts. It'll be their third and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. Now he's going to step up and run. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 33.
What a thrilling fourth quarter this one was. Well, at least I guess if you're cheering for the winning side, an outstanding comeback, though, that saw them completely take control and change the outcome of this game.
Yeah, I'm not sure how many of us saw that coming, the way that they were playing and having the lead after 3 quarters. A little bit of a stunning ending because it wasn't just a one-touchdown swing. It was a multiple touchdown swing for them to end up losing that ball game. Give credit where credit is due. They came off the pace and got it done.
So for the Bengals, it's an early road victory as they move to 2-0 now on the young season. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Cleveland to take on the Browns. Meanwhile, for Jacksonville, they'll fall to 1-1. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon.